Hi Joe. Right, I'm going to start. So we're going to start lying down, which is always good. I think everyone's always happy to hear that. So if you just want to get comfortable lying down, however you like. Hopefully you can see me. So you're just going to close your eyes. And bring the hands onto the belly. So just try and really relax now. Try to relax the shoulders, the hips, the legs, the glutes. Just allow the toes to flop out to the bottom corners of the mat. And we're just trying to clear the mind now. Let go of your morning, anything else you've got to do for the rest of the day, the rest of the week. And just focus on yourself and your own breath here. So focusing to try and keep your breath nice and smooth and even. With each inhale, maybe try and take it to about the count of 4 or 5, with a slight pause at the top before breathing back out through the nose. So just trying to keep that breath nice and smooth and even, but we're really focusing it into the belly now. So as you breathe in, you're going to feel the belly rise, really pressing into the hands as you inhale and allowing it to soften back down as you exhale. So really try and fill the belly as much as you can with the breath. Just focusing on this area to start with. And then we're just going to move the hands up if you want to, so you can take them onto the ribs and the side of the body, and we're going to focus and breathe into the sides of the body now. So as you inhale, just into the ribs now, feel them expand and press out into the hands and soften as you breathe back out. Again, try and keep that breath nice and smooth and even, but just focus on those one area at a time here. And then finally, you're just going to bring the hands up onto the collarbone. So we're just breathing into the top of the chest here. So it's quite a shallow breath at the top here, but just really try and breathe as much into the heart space as you can. And just feel the chest pressing into the hands very gently as you breathe in. And then you're just going to rest the hands either down or just bringing them back to the belly, wherever you want to. We're going to piece that breath together now. So you're breathing from the belly to the ribs to the top of the chest, with a slight pause at the top, from the chest to the ribs and down to the belly. We're going to take 3 rounds of breath here in your own time. So just focusing on keeping that breath nice and smooth and even, the inhale and exhale as long as possible. So you're just going to try and stick with these nice deep breaths as best as you can. You're going to take a deep breath in now. Reach the arms all the way up above the head, stretching from the tips of the fingers all the way to the toes. So take a deep inhale. And exhale, just bring the arms down. Relax them down. Take another breath in. Reach all the way up. Really stretch, tense all those muscles. And exhale, bring the arms down. Just one more breath like this, lifting up. So you're going to gently hug the knees in towards the chest now. And just take a little circle round, just some side to side here. You're going to hug the right knee in towards the chest and extend the left leg down towards your mat. So it doesn't need to be too much of a stretch through that left leg. Just hug the right knee in nice and tightly. So we're just going to take a gentle circle of the right ankle here. So just nice and slowly. Just try and make those circles as big as you can. And you're going to take them around both ways. So taking it around the other way now. Nice and slowly. And then you're going to take your left hand, bring it to the outside of that right knee and just draw the knee across the body. So we're sort of coming to kind of lie on our left side here. So you've got a little stretch here. So we're not trying too much to focus this right shoulder back. We can just kind of take a little rest wherever you are here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to reach that right arm forwards in front of you, and then you're going to take it up and above the head. So you're drawing like a big circle. So really stretch up through the right side of the body as you reach back as far as you can. Take that arm all the way down towards the floor as far as you can. Really open up the chest, and then you're just bringing it back across the body. So we're going to take another breath in, reach up as high as you can. Biggest circle that you can possibly do. And exhale, bring it all the way around. We're just going to do 2 more circles now like this. So really opening up that shoulders and the chest as you reach back. Try and draw the right shoulder blade back as much as you can, but no worries if you can't get it all the way down. And just a final circle here. Really reaching back and exhale, taking the arm over. So I'm going to slowly come back, hugging that right knee back in towards the chest. Just pull it in nice and tightly. And then you're going to take the left knee in as well, and we're straightening the right leg down towards the mat now. So just take a little pause here, hugging that left knee in nice and tightly. And you're going to start to circle the left ankle. So just nice and slowly taking it round. Get rid of any crackles, any tension or tightness that you can feel, taking it round the other way. And then you're going to bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee, and you're just pulling it across the body. So again, it doesn't matter if you don't bring the knee all the way to the ground, just find a sort of fairly comfortable position that you can here. So we just enjoyed a little twist. We're going to take this left arm in front of us now, and then we're drawing that circle all the way around the top of the head. So reaching back as far as you can, and then exhaling, bringing that arm over. So breathing in. Reaching all the way back, open up that chest, and exhaling, bring the arm forward. Just in your own time, your own breath here. And just one more circle now. I'm going to bring that left knee back into the centre of the chest, hug it in nice and tightly, and then bring the right to join. So we're just going to bring one hand on top of each knee now, and we're just gently circling those knees out. So just opening up the hips just a tiny little bit here. And then take them around the other way. Bringing the hands underneath the backs of the legs, and I'm just going to take a little rock and roll forwards and backwards. So just gaining a little bit of momentum here, just nice and gently rolling through the spine. So try to take a few little rocks before you come all the way up to a seated position. So keeping the legs crossed if that feels comfortable, or you can take them straight out in front of you or kneel if that feels even better. So we're just going to take a couple of rolls of the shoulders here, so really drawing them down the spine, breathing in as you lift the shoulders up to the ears, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And sitting up nice and tall, you're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder, so just stretching and breathing through this left side of the neck here to start with. And each time you exhale, just see if you can relax those shoulders a bit more, but we're sitting up nice and tall, so really grounding down through the sit bones. Pulling the belly button in nice and gently, just one more breath here. You're going to take that left arm up towards the ceiling, stretching through the sides of the body. You can bring the right hand down next to you, take it all the way over and all the way around. And then we're going to come sweeping around the other way, so reaching all the way around, really stretching through that side of the body. Just one more like this, reaching all the way up. And exhaling, take it forward. Sweeping all the way around, all the way back up to the centre. And you're going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder. So relaxing now again once more, breathing into the right side of the neck. Each time you breathe out, just see if you can relax those shoulders a little bit further. So we're still keeping the spine nice and long, really grounding down through the sit bones and pulling the belly button in, but just breathing away that tension. You're going to take that right arm up and over, so you can take the left hand next to you if you want to, reaching all the way up as you inhale. And exhaling, just reaching as far forward, sweep that arm round, taking it back round. And all the way back up, really breathing through that right side of the body, just one more breath like this. You're going to take a little gentle twist to your right. Sit up nice and tall, take a deep breath in. And exhaling, just twisting to the left. Breathing in, sitting nice and tall. And exhaling, we'll swing round back to the right. Just one more breath here. And exhaling to the left. One more breath. And over towards the other side. So coming back to the centre. You're just going to bring the arms all the way up. So stretch through those fingers, stretch up nice and high. We're going to lift through the chest and heart, bring the hands down into the centre of the chest. So we're going to take this little lotus roll of the wrists. So you're going to bring the fingertips forward. You're rolling the wrists, so the backs of the hands together. Take the fingers towards you and then open out into this beautiful little lotus flower. And then I'm going to take them back, so rolling the backs of the hands together, taking them all the way around and back into a prayer position. So we're going to do that 3 more times. So fingers forward, backs of the hands together, rolling all the way around. Doesn't matter what you're doing, probably all doing your own thing, it's totally fine. Taking them all the way back round, and just 2 more of these now. Gently rolling and warming up those wrists. And just one more here. Okay, so you're going to bring the hands onto the tops of the knees. So we're doing a cat-cow, which is our kind of movement through the back, through the spine, but we're going to do it seated, so it's a little bit different. So I'll come to face the side so you can kind of see a little bit more. So as we inhale, we lift the chest and we squeeze the shoulder blades together. And as we exhale, we're slowly still rolling through that spine, but we're rounding through the shoulders. Lift through the space between the shoulders here. Inhaling, take it all the way up. Lift that chest. And exhaling, squeeze, rounding through the back. Breathing in. Really try and squeeze those shoulders, lift that chest and heart as you take it forward. And just one more breath now, lifting all the way up. And exhaling, squeezing round. So come all the way back up. You're going to reach those arms up to the ceiling and then taking them up and down just in front of you. So stretching through the fingers, just drop the chin down towards the chest. Give the head a very gentle nod, yes and no, just to loosen out the back of the neck. And we're going to take 3 breaths here. So each time you inhale, try and sort of pull, not actually move the arms back towards you, but think about pulling them back so you can lift through the chest. And as you exhale, just relax further forward. 2 more breaths in your own time and lifting up as you inhale. And exhaling to soften. And just one more breath here. And this time we're just going to take a gentle pause here. So really try and breathe into the hips, any tightness you can feel in the shoulders, but keep extending those arms forward as much as you can and really relax the chin down now. We're going to roll all the way back up through the spine, sitting up nice and tall. Just take another little roll of the shoulders. So we're going to come into our tabletop position now. So you're just swinging the legs round. You're going to bring the knees under the hips, the hands under the shoulders. Fingertips pointing forward and gently pulling that belly button in. We're just going to stretch the right leg behind you. So just taking a little rock forwards and backwards. Really press through the toes and press that right heel back. Just so you can feel a gentle stretch all the way down the back of the right leg. And then gently coming forwards. And take it all the way back. Pressing back through that heel. Just once more here. You're going to bring that right knee in towards the chest, just stepping it through between the hands, nice and gently. Sweep the arms all the way out, reach through those fingers. Sinking into the hip, try and pull that right heel back, left knee forward just a little bit, just really lifting into that chest. One breath here. And exhale, bring the hands down, step the right knee down, take a little shake from side to side. We're going to stretch the left leg behind us this time. So again, just gently rocking forwards and backwards, really pressing through the toes and through that left heel to get a nice stretch down the back of the hamstring. Just one more breath here. And then just gently bringing that left foot forward in between the hands, keeping the left knee over the ankle, just reach the arms up, so stretch through those fingers, draw the shoulders away from the ears, just feel a nice little stretch into the hip. One more breath here. And then exhaling, bring the hands down, step that left knee down. So we're in that tabletop position once more here. We're gonna press our left hand into the floor and you're just reaching the right arm up. So you're opening through the chest here. So try and stack the shoulders and reach that top right arm up as high as you can. You're going to take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, you're just starting to thread that arm through. Reach through as far as you can. And then you're going to press through that left hand. Lift the arm all the way back up once more. 2 more breaths like this, threading it through. And then come all the way back up, lifting through that right arm. Final breath. We're going to reach through as far as we can. And you're going to see now if you can just rest this right shoulder blade onto the mat. Not shoulder blade, the side of the shoulder onto the mat. So try and relax the head down. Try and keep the hips nice and square. If you want to use a cushion or something to just prop underneath the shoulder, you can. But it doesn't matter if you're all the way up here. Just try and relax. So each time you breathe out, just see if you can release any tension here and maybe take the twist a little bit deeper. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths here. So really trying to square the hips and just relax into your twist. And then pressing this left hand into the mat, you're going to lift the right arm all the way back up, open through that chest, and gently bring the hand down. We're going to do it on the other side, so lifting the left arm up this time, reaching up, take a little pause here, try and stack those shoulders, reach that arm up as high as you can, and exhaling, start to thread it through, reach through, pressing through the right hand, gently bring the left arm up, opening through that chest and heart, and exhaling, bring it through. One more breath like this, lifting up. Exhale, thread it through as far as you can. So this time we're bringing that left shoulder to the mat. So just try and completely relax down, maybe square those hips towards the front. Again, if you need a cushion or anything, you can just pop that there. But we're just trying to relax into this twist, just nice and gentle. Still trying to breathe away any tension or tightness that you can feel. And then pressing the right hand into the mat. Now you're lifting that left arm all the way up, open through the chest, reaching up nice and high, and then gently bring the hand down. So we're going to walk the hands to the front of the mat now. Just, well, not completely at the front, but just a little bit further in front of you. You want to try and keep the hips stacked over the knees. So rather than normal child's pose where we bring the hips all the way down, we're sending the hips up. So we want to keep them nice and stacked. We're just opening through the chest here. So sending that chest down towards the mat. And you should feel quite a deep opening in the chest and the shoulders here. So wherever you are, really just try and walk these arms forward. Try and lower the chest and just gradually allow the gravity to bring the chest closer towards the mat. So just taking 2 more breaths here, nice and slowly. And then you're going to slowly walk the hands all the way back up. We're rolling up through the spine, coming all the way here. You're going to sweep those arms up towards the ceiling, lifting through the chest and heart. And then slowly bring the hands down. So we're coming up to standing now. You're going to bring the hands down and we're just rolling through the spine. So you're going to tuck the toes under and then very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, we're just rolling up through the spine, taking it all the way to standing. We made it up. So you're going to come to the front of your mat. You're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to lift the arms up towards the ceiling. So reach through the chest and heart. Just take a little pause here, really lifting and breathing through the sides of the body. And as you exhale, you're just going to lower these hands. You're just bringing them down to the lower back, or imagine that you've got some pockets in the back of your trousers or shorts or whatever you're wearing. And then you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. So we're squeezing through the glutes and thighs here, so we're not arching the back. We're sort of pressing, but we're not pressing the hips forward too much. We're trying to keep the spine nice and neutral, tailbone tucked, but you're lifting from the chest here. So really breathing into that heart space. We're going to take 2 breaths here. Final breath. And then slowly rolling down. So soften the knees, roll all the way down. We're going to bring that belly to thigh contact and we're just resting the backs of the hands down to the mat. So you can drop the head now. Really gently nod the head yes and no. Just loosening out the back of the neck. And we're just focusing on stretching through the lower back rather than the hamstrings. So if you're here and the belly isn't on the thighs, just bend those knees even more so you can completely relax down. We're just going to take another breath here. You're going to plant your hands to the mat and very gently step the right foot back down the mat here. We're going to lower that knee. You're going to sweep the arms all the way up to the ceiling, reach through the chest and the heart. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and feel that stretch into the hip and really try and lift through the heart space here. So just one more breath. Exhaling, bring those hands down. We're going to slowly roll all the way back up to standing. So you're going to bring the back foot to the front and then we're rolling all the way back up, vertebrae by vertebrae. You're going to take an inhale, lift those arms up to the ceiling, stretch through the fingertips. Breathing into the sides of the body, just one more breath here. And then exhaling, you bring the hands back to the lower, back here into those pockets, squeeze the shoulder blades together. So remember, tuck the tailbone, hips nice and neutral. Lifting through the chest here. Squeeze those shoulder blades. One more breath. And then rolling all the way down through the spine. Rest the belly onto the thighs. Drop the hands down. Gentle nod of the head, yes and no. Just really loosen out the back of lower back of the neck here. You're going to plant the hands down towards the mat. You're stepping the left foot back this time. So as far as you can get it, keeping the right knee over the right ankle. Slowly lower that left knee down towards the mat and reach the arms up. Drawing the shoulders, lift through the chest and the heart. Just taking that nice stretch into the hip. One more breath. Exhaling, bring the hands down. I'm going to step the right knee to the mat now. So we're coming so that we're bringing those hands just a little bit further forward. We're going to lower ourselves back down towards the mat because we've worked very hard now. You're really hugging the belly button in towards the spine. So we're squeezing the elbows back, no chicken wings out to the sides, and we're bringing the weight forward. So it's kind of like a half a press up thing. You're going to lower the chest all the way down to the mat. So squeeze through the elbows, hug the belly button in, use that upper body strength, lowering all the way down, and then just slide the hips back. You're going to slide your arms forward. So you're resting the elbows onto the mat. So don't have them too close to the body. This elbow should be in line with the shoulder. So it should be like an L shape you've got here. And then you're going to bring the toes together, let the heels flop out to the bottom corners of the mat. And you're just lifting through the chest here. So you should feel like a little stretch in the lower back, but nothing too intense. And I'm going to try and draw the shoulders away from the ears. So if I just turn around to here. So wherever you think your elbows are, I would suggest probably just bring them forward a little bit further. And then you're just lifting here from the chest. So really try and draw the shoulders away from the ears and breathe into this heart space. Just take another breath here. And then exhaling and lower down towards the mat. You're pressing the hands into the mat. You're going to come up onto the knees. And we're just sinking the hips straight back. So the hips are coming back towards the heels. You're walking those arms forward and just drop the head down towards the mat. So really try and walk these fingertips as far forward as you can. You're breathing into the top of the back in between the shoulders here. And then we're rolling all the way up. So slowly bring the hands in. You're rolling all the way up through the spine to come up onto high knees or reach those arms up to the ceiling. Stretch through the fingertips and slowly rolling all the way back down. So we're going to bring the hands down to the mat. You're just swinging the legs round in front of you. And coming all the way down to the floor. So, however you want to get there, that's fine. You want your feet and knees about hip width apart, and they're not going to move in, they're not going to flop out, they're going to just stay here. Try and see if you can walk the feet back a little bit towards you so that you can just maybe graze the backs of the heels, but not so that they're so far in that your heels are lifted. They want to be flat onto the floor. We're trying to relax the shoulders down into the mat, and you're just going to gently bring the hands either side of the body with the palms facing down. So it's very important now that you keep looking up towards the ceiling. In a class, we have lots of people, so we're constantly looking around. But here we want to try and keep looking up towards the ceiling. We're going to slowly come into like a little bridge pose. So we're going to start by just lifting the hips, and then you slowly peel the spine down. So it's one vertebrae at a time as you lift, and the same as you lower down. So nice and slow, you're going to take a breath in. You're just going to lift the hips up off the mat, just the lower back, squeeze through the glutes. And exhale, slowly lower it down. So feel the whole of the tailbone coming down. So the whole of the lower back is really pressing into the ground. You're going to take another inhale. You're going to slowly lift that tailbone up, but we're coming a tiny bit higher now. So lifting just to the middle of the back, squeeze through those glutes, and exhaling, slowly peel the spine all the way back down towards the mat. Keep looking up to the ceiling, nice and slowly. Just use your own breath and movement here. Taking it again, we're going to press those feet into the floor, rolling up as high as we can now. So nice and slowly, nice and controlled. Keep pressing the feet into the mat, lifting through the hips. Press those feet as you exhale. We're peeling the spine all the way back down. So vertebrae by vertebrae. Until you finally take the lower back down towards the mat. We're going to take that again. So lifting the hips all the way up, rolling through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, pressing the feet into the mat. Lift those hips up nice and high. We're going to take a little pause at the top here. So don't let the knees come in, don't let them flop apart. Keep them parallel right on top of the ankles. Square the hips. Press the hips up high, squeeze through those glutes. So you can just check that your glutes are nice and switched on by giving them a little tap. Squeeze the thighs, lift through the chest. We're just going to take 2 breaths here. So really try and breathe into this heart space. One more breath. And as you exhale, we're peeling that spine down. So vertebrae by vertebrae, taking yourself all the way down to the mat. You're going to hug those knees in towards the chest. Take a little gentle roll around. Nice little circles all the way around. And then just bringing the feet down, you're going to take a little roll onto your right side. And slowly bring yourself all the way back up to a comfortable seated position. So you're crossing the legs, bringing the legs out in front of you wherever you are. You're just going to close the eyes for a few moments here. Sitting up nice and tall. Just lift those shoulders all the way up to the ears. Take a deep breath in. Sighing as you relax them back down. Just take one more breath like this. Gently drop the chin down towards the chest. Start to rub the palms of the hands together to generate some heat. Place the palms of the hands over the eyes. Blinking the eyes open into the palms. You can bring the hands down whenever you are ready. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed that little midday stretch. I'm feeling a little bit more energized, and I will hopefully either see you tomorrow or next week. Namaste. So here tomorrow at 7:30, and then back again to do it all again next week. So have a nice rest of your day. Thank you very much. Bye bye.